I saw that one and this guy, she said. I don't know their names, but I saw them. She saw them laughingly inspecting more than 80 Yazidi girls, picking out the ones they wanted. All of the girls were screaming and crying because they didn't want to go with them, she says. So they beat the girls and dragged them away by force. Farida was raped repeatedly for 3 months. They sold me from one man to the next, she says. The ordeal was even harder for the younger ones. They raped girls who were 9, 10 years old, or even 8, she says. They would say the older ones know something about men, while the younger ones know nothing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is Joy Brighton, women's rights activist and author of Sharia-ism is Here, The Battle to Control Women and Everyone Else. There it is on your TV screen. It's available on Amazon.com. And she's written a piece for USA Today, I'm Afraid of Sharia, Not Islam. Joy, welcome.
Thanks, Steve.
How do you separate Sharia and Islam?
Well, we need to separate religion from politics. And so Islam is a religion that has rules that its members decide to follow. And Sharia-ism, or Sharia-ism, is the political movement of radical Islam, which has rules that it forces on everyone else. So religion has rules that its members choose to follow, but once those members try to enforce their rules on someone else, you've crossed the line from religion into political control, and you've crossed the Constitution, because the Constitution says you have individual liberties.
Which Constitution?
The U.S. Constitution.
Well, the radical Islamists don't believe in the U.S. Constitution.
No, they don't,
so
and that's
it's
the
a
problem.
moot point.
That's right, and that's why they're not a religion.
Well, no, but they are a religion. Radical Islamists are you Islam?
No.
Okay.
Muslim, no.
Okay, you're not. You don't practice Islam. You're not a Muslim.
No.
Neither am I, and neither is the President of the United States. So for a Christian, or in my case, a Jew, the President being a Christian, I don't need to know what you are, to tell people who say they're Muslim and practicing Islam, no, you're not, would be like a Christian telling me, no, you're not practicing Judaism. I mean, who the heck is he or me or anybody to tell a Muslim or anybody who's practicing their religion according to how they interpret it that they're not practicing their religion?
Well, if you speak to actually, the moderate Muslims that I work with,
Yeah.
they all say that they practice Islam. They do not practice Sharia-ism. They do not
All
practice
right, there were
Sharia law.
conservative Jews, Reform Jews, Orthodox Jews. They do have practices I don't practice. So should I say to them, you're not practicing Judaism because it's different than mine?
Whatever it is that they practice, what they're practicing, if they're forcing their way of life on our way of life, is against our Constitution.
But again, but of course it's against the Constitution. It's against the Constitution to chop off the heads of people too. They don't care. They use the Quran and they use Sharia law and everything else to justify what they're doing. To deny it is to do what Obama's doing, make excuses for it and separate everything. And if you don't identify your enemy, you're never going to beat it.
I'm absolutely not denying it. I'm identifying it. The enemy is Sharia law. The enemy is Sharia-ism, communism, Nazism, a political movement for total
And
control
not the people doing
based
it.
on a Sharia manifesto.
And not the people, not the communists and not the Nazis
the
doing it?
Sharia-ists. They are Sharia-ists who abide by a Sharia manifesto, and there is people who follow Islam, who are Muslims, who operate under the religion of Islam. Hey,
But whose religion of Islam? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. If they say, here's the Quran, and here's where it says, chapter and verse, they could quote you, and I've had scholars, experts in the Quran, quote what they're quoting, and they say, this tells us in my religion to do this, to chop off the heads of Christians if they won't convert. Who are you or anybody to say, no, that's not Islam, because I have friends who don't do that? Again, Orthodox Jews, some of them, there was a story in New York that there's a big agreement was reached. Part of circumcision, the mohel actually sucks the blood of where he cut. Now, I don't do that, didn't do that with my son, but I practice Judaism. They practice Judaism. We practice our own brands. But to say one of us don't, from an outsider, who are they to say?
So how do we define the enemy? I define the enemy as
radical Islamists who are using the Quran, according to their own interpretation, to do barbaric things and try to take us all over.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly
no, you're
what I'm
blaming
saying.
it on Sharia. You're separating Sharia from Islam.
That's right. I am separating Sharia from Islam.
So if if Sharia law went away, you think there'd be no more ISIS, no more Hezbollah, no more no more Hamas, no more terrorist groups that want to kill us?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
They want to kill Jews and Christians. Is that Sharia law?
Sharia law is taking the laws of what is termed to be a religion and turning those laws on everyone else. Sharia law is it's the way you're practicing Islam. They're practicing Islam in a way that they're taking their own rules that are supposed to apply to themselves. For example, as a Muslim, I don't want to criticize my prophet.
But they say the Quran says to them, if you convert people or you kill they die by the sword.
Hey, listen, if you want to equate Islam with Sharia law, I'm fine. Isn't
It's not equating. It's the same. It's part of it. They're married.
Isn't the problem here to figure out what's going on here and
Read
how to
Joy's
identify
book
it?
and learn for yourself. We're coming back with George Pataki.